So we're back for part 3 of this quite long video lesson. This is the type of thing that would take several days at school, but since we're doing this online thing now, I'm squishing it all together so you can do it at your own pace. Get it all done today if you like, or continue across the next couple of days. So here's another composite shape. We have a rectangle and we have half of a circle. So this is area 1. This is area 2. Area 1 is half of a circle. And to get the area of a circle, we have to do pi r squared. So we need the radius. Well, all the way across the circle, we have 10 meters, which means the radius is half of that. So the radius is 10 divided by 2, which means it's 5 meters. So the area is pi times 5 squared. Pi times 25 is about 78.5, and then it's 3.9. So I'm going to round the 3 to a 4, and that would be meters squared. Okay. So that's the area of the circle. The area of half of that, I'm just going to write area half, would be this divided by 2. So we get 27 meters squared. And then area 2 is a rectangle. So area is equal to length times width. The length is 20 and the width is 7. So all the way across here, or you could add up the 10 plus 10 along the top here and get 20. And then the width is one of the sides, and both of them are 7, so that's pretty straightforward. And then 20 times 7 will be 140 meters squared, which means that the total area will be area 1 plus area 2. So 39.27 plus 140, which will give us a total area of 179.27 meters squared. And you could just round that to 179, that's okay. So that's all the area. I'm going to try to fit the perimeter on this same page. So the perimeter, we will need to add up well, let's see. We have this side here on the bottom. So that's 20. We have this side and this side that are both 7. So there's 2 7s to add together. We have 10 meters right here. The other 10 meters is inside, so it is not part of the perimeter. And then we have half of a circle out here. So once I join that half circle to the rest, now you can see I've traced all the way around the outside of the whole shape. But we don't know what that red piece is yet. So I'm going to leave space for it here. So to get that red piece, we need half of the circumference of the circle. And the circumference is pi times d, or 2 times pi times r. We have the diameter. We also have the radius because we calculated that already. So I'm just going to use the diameter. Pi times 10, which will give me approximately 31.42, if I round correctly, meters. So this is 31.42. So then up at the top, I have all of those sides, 4 straight pieces plus the curved half of a circle. Oh, no, not yet. I'm jumping ahead. We didn't find half the circumference yet. So we need to get half of this thing first. So we divide this by 2, 31.42. There we go. Half would be 31.42 divided by 2, which is 15.71. And that is what goes up here. And then we add that to 20 plus 7 plus 7 plus 10 plus 15.71. And we get a perimeter of 59.71 meters, or if you want to round to the nearest meter, that's okay. So that's 7 after the decimal, makes the 9 round up, which means that it's 60 meters. But this one, not too bad with those decimals, so it's okay. Definitely okay to leave the decimal. Okay, so these next two are slightly different than the others. All of these ones we've looked at so far in the first 2.5 videos now, we've had areas that we've added together and perimeters we've added together. Now we're looking for the area of a shaded region. So this one as well as the next one, these pieces are shaded. So it's the rectangle here, and then the circle is cut out of that rectangle. So instead of adding the areas together, we have to subtract them. And for these types, it's generally just area you're looking for, so I'm not going to do the perimeter of these ones. I am going to rearrange these, though, if it'll let me. Maybe not. That's okay. I feel like this one's a little easier, so let's look through this one first. All right, so we have a rectangle, and we need the area. The area will be the rectangle minus the area of the circle. I don't know what happened to my pen here. There we go. So the rectangle minus the circle. So this time area 1, the rectangle, won't be added to the circle but subtracted. So the area number 1 will be length times width. The length is 20 and the width is 8, which means that the area is 160 square meters. And then the area of the circle, area 2, is pi r squared. We don't have r yet, we have the diameter 3, so the radius will be half of that. Diameter is 3, so the radius is 3 over 2, which will be 1.5 meters. So we have pi times 1.5 squared. And remember to square the 1.5 first, then multiply by pi, and we'll get approximately 7.07, rounded correctly, meters squared. Now over here, to get the total area, we said we had to have the area of the rectangle and subtract the area of the circle, because we're looking for the area of the shaded, like this, all of this shaded part, but not this part because it's been cut out. It's like a wall with a window in it. There's no wall there, it's been cut out. So 160 minus 7.07 will give us the shaded area. I'm going to write shaded. Area shaded. So we get approximately 152.93 meters squared. And that is our final answer. And then here is the last question. So again, we have a rectangle and we have this time 2 pieces cut out, but you'll notice each piece is half of a circle. So if we find the area of the entire circle, we can just cut it out, just like that last one that we did right here. So I'm going to write this over here. Area shaded equals the area of the rectangle minus the circle. And I'm putting the line through the middle of the circle to show that there's two of those half circles. So this will be area 1, the rectangle, length times width. Notice the decimals here, 2.25 and 1.75. We're not going to round these anytime soon. We're going to keep those decimals as they are. And then the calculator gives me 3.9375, and I'm going to keep all those numbers because they don't keep going like sometimes they do. These ones stop after 4 decimal places, so I'm going to leave those decimals alone. So that's the first area. The second one will be this half of the circle plus this half of the circle. And together, maybe I'll even call it area 2 and 3. Together, area 2 plus area 3 is a full circle. Full circle. So area of a circle is pi r squared. Again, we need the radius first. The diameter from here to here is 1.5 centimeters, which means the radius is 1.5 divided by 2, which is 0.75 centimeters. So the area is pi times 0.75 squared. Sometimes questions might look like this, and it might look like 2 half circles, but they might have a different size, so you really have to pay attention. But this one, they're both 1.5 centimeter diameter, so it is half of the same circle, 2 halves of the same circle. So now we square the 0.75 and we multiply by pi. I'm going to keep a few extra decimal places, 1.7671. And then we have to subtract. The rectangle has the pieces cut out like Swiss cheese. So 3.9375 minus 1.7671. So 3.9375 minus 1.7671 on the calculator gives me 2.1704. And then the units would be centimeters squared. Okay, so that is the end of this video. If you have any questions, please let me know. I recommend that you look over the notes here and watch all 3 videos in full so that you truly understand how to do these things. And then I'm going to give you some practice questions to work on, and I'll post the answers for those as well.